This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether it's websites, online stores, or analytics and marketing tools, Squarespace is the place to achieve it all. Toto Wolff remains confident that the Mercedes Formula One team can resolve its current car issues after a difficult start to the 2022 season. Mercedes has struggled for outright pace in the opening 3 rounds of the season, with 5th on the grid in Bahrain its best qualifying result so far, courtesy of Lewis Hamilton. Porpoising has been at the core of Mercedes' problems, with the W13 bouncing on the straights more than most teams. However, reliability has been a strong point for Mercedes, which has propelled George Russell into 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, albeit 34 points off Charles Leclerc. Similarly, Mercedes sits ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship, with the latter suffering 3 DNFs, 2 with Verstappen, 1 with Perez, in the opening 3 Grand Prix. Speaking during the Australian Grand Prix weekend, Wolff reiterated his belief in his team to turn its season around. "I've been in this situation before in life and you just need to be humble about it," Wolff said in Melbourne. "When I said last year with the new regulations how things were set up, that we could have a different pecking order. And this is exactly what's happened. The midfield is very, very compressed and we're just not quick enough. Full stop. There are so many areas where we know we can improve, others where we don't comprehend the car yet. And we just need to concentrate on ourselves and chip away the performance. The team is still the same, but won many of the championships." Mercedes' innovative no-side pod design caught the headlines in pre-season testing, with many expecting it to tip the balance of power in the German team's favour. Wolff has ruled out reverting to an older specification of the W13 and still believes in the car's potential. "Yes, I do believe in the car's potential, because what's the other solution? To dial back, to go back many months and then put that car on the track? I don't think this is feasible," Wolff added, "because it wouldn't bring us forward in terms of performance compared to other ones. It's a relative game. So we have, at that stage, no choice than to understand. And whatever the outcome may be, from our understanding, we may change or tweak the car." A favourite feature of ours on Squarespace is the analytics feature. Squarespace provides the analytics and insights to help grow your business. Squarespace tells you where your site visits and sales are coming from, making it easy to find your target audience. Squarespace analyses your data to help find your keywords and most popular content to help improve your marketing strategy. Want to create a more professional and direct connection with your audience? Well, Squarespace allows you to create your own community on your website with fully integrated commenting systems that support threads, replies, and even likes. You can build your audience through connecting with them directly on your own site. Another super helpful feature of Squarespace is it allows you to sync your socials with your website so that your audience can be updated. Vice versa, you also have the option to automatically push website content to your own social media channel, so your followers can share it there too. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial. And when you're ready to go full steam ahead, go to squarespace.com/slipstream to save 10% off your first purchase of a website domain. And on the subject of porpoising, Wolff says that solving that issue isn't the answer to all of their problems. The Mercedes has been notably suffering from bouncing on the straights, known as porpoising, which has contributed significantly to the team's pace struggles this season. However, other teams have also been suffering from severe bouncing, including Ferrari, who currently lead both the drivers' and constructors' standings. Although Wolff said that the Mercedes porpoising is worse than Ferrari's, he's added that solving that sole issue won't bring it level with the head of the F1 pack. "Our bouncing is worse because we carry it into the corners and the high speed, so you can see where we lose our performance," he said. "When you look at the overlay in Sector 1 in Australia, we were very competitive. Sector 2, we are competitive. And then in Sector 3, through turns 9, 10 and 12, we're losing all our margin. It's almost like a second through a couple of corners. So is curing the bouncing going to miraculously unlock a second within the car? No, for sure not. But there are many other little improvements we can make on weight and other things we can optimise, and we just need to chip away all the small gains while understanding the car. I'm optimistic that eventually we will get there. Whether it is 2 races or 5, we need to stay humble. My time horizon is not a race weekend or a year, it's more like 10 years. I want to look back and have a competitive team, and there will be more difficult years, and this is one of them. Meanwhile, George Russell has revealed that Mercedes has also revealed that there are no plans to introduce substantial upgrades in the upcoming rounds. Speaking after the race at Albert Park, Russell said that Mercedes is looking for incremental steps of performance. I think pleasantly surprised to be in P2 in the championship, but I think it's, as I said before, it's credit due to the team for giving us so far a very reliable car. And we've got to be there at the end to capitalise from these results, Russell said. It's definitely not based on pace, but I think it's been a respectable start to the season in terms of how we've managed to optimise our lack of performance. And I think every race we've done, we have truly maximised the possible result. I don't think we could have achieved a higher result at any other circuits as a team, and that is, I guess, a silver lining. But unfortunately, there's nothing substantial in the pipeline anytime soon. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a number of races. I think there'll be little things, there'll be incremental steps, but we recognise that our rivals are going to be doing the same. So it may not be clear to the outside world that we've made progress, because Ferrari and Red Bull are going to be making progress as well. And that pace for Red Bull and Verstappen is sure to begin to wield results. It's been a difficult start to the season for the world champion, failing to finish in 2 of the opening 3 races. But Toto Wolff has been speaking about Verstappen, and he insists he will return to the front of the grid. And he also addressed speculation that Max could one day switch sides and join Mercedes. If you ask me personally, I think Max, beside his talent as a driver, is very mature for his age and intelligent. I have a lot of respect for him and also his father Jos. That will never change, apart from any discussions. At the end of the day, it's completely normal that the battle last year was so intense. That's a part of racing. If the situation was reversed, we would have claimed the trophy and would have been happy too. Max drove strong the entire season and also missed out on a lot of points. He's a deserved world champion. Max is a brilliant driver, and this was not his last world title. The threat of Max ever choosing Mercedes only made his position stronger, because of course Red Bull wanted to keep him. While any thoughts of Verstappen one day joining Mercedes remains a topic strictly for the future, one thing that remains high on the priority of Wolff is to keep his promise of giving Romain Grosjean a test drive. In the wake of Grosjean's fiery crash at the 2020 Bahrain Grand Prix, Mercedes offered the Frenchman a test as a final farewell to F1, as it didn't want his last experience in a car to have been his accident. The original plan was for the test to take place at the 2021 French Grand Prix, but travel and quarantine restrictions imposed because of the coronavirus pandemic meant the run had been abandoned. Rescheduling it has also not proved especially easy, with Grosjean now committed to racing in IndyCar, and F1 having very strict limits on testing during the season. The test had appeared to have been put on the back burner, but interest around it resurfaced recently when Grosjean offered a glimpse of the crash helmet he had specially prepared for it. Having posted a video on YouTube revealing the collection of racing gear he has at his house, he pulled from the shelf the Mercedes F1 test helmet that he readied. Everyone is asking about the Mercedes test, he said as he revealed that helmet that featured a number of Mercedes sponsors. Well, there is the helmet. The test hasn't happened yet, but we've got a helmet ready for it. Asked about the latest on the Mercedes test, Wolff was adamant that it had not been forgotten and made it clear that it would go ahead when the team and driver could agree on a date. The test is going to happen for sure, said Wolff. We've committed to it. We are seeing what we can do and what he can do. But that is gonna happen. When I give my word, I give my word. Speaking earlier this year, Grosjean said that Wolff was well aware that the test was still to be sorted, as they messaged each other in the aftermath of last year's F1 season finale. I sent a message to Toto after Abu Dhabi, said Grosjean. Well, I left a few weeks go by, and then I sent a message to Toto, and he did reply. He started, "Thank you," and then the last sentence was, "We need to get you in that car this year." Yes, it's still on the cards. There were a few things last year that didn't make it easy. This year, I cannot go at the French Grand Prix because we're racing in Iowa the same weekend. But definitely Mercedes is keen to do it. I am keen to do it, even though my neck will be dying because I've lost part of the muscle there. You can ask Pato Award what it was like in an F1 car. The next race is on the 22nd of April in Italy for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.